What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I hope you're all having yourselves a great Sunday, enjoying your weekend out there. We've got some football games going on, and the Cowboys right now losing to the Bills. I see the Niners and the Cardinals have a close game going on, so some good things in the air. But the Eagles, they've got some intriguing things going on that happened earlier today, and wow. I want to talk about all of them with you here tonight. So I hope you're all having yourselves a great Sunday. I hope you're strapped in, ready for the chaos, because, look, we've got some interesting stuff to talk about here. And let's be real here. This Eagles team, we've got a lot of hopes for them. And, this is a big game coming up. So all of these changes, all of these question marks, definitely got us questioning some things. And, Nick Sirianni told us some things this week, and we thought certain things. So, wow, we're going to talk about him here tonight. I'm going to try to make this as quick as I possibly can, but we're going to go through this information, talk about it. Love to hear your thoughts. Appreciate you all taking the time, hitting that like button, subscribing, all that stuff. Cannot thank you enough, but let's get this bad boy started. And look, oh, my God. Yeah, look, I stopped watching it for a second. I'm going to try to make this quick as I can because I want to watch the rest of those. I got some Christmas stuff to do here, and it's been a crazy day. So I wanted to get this in as quickly as I possibly could, but cannot thank you all enough for taking the time. But, look, right, I appreciate you guys taking the time, not watching. I was like, look, I'm competing with the NFL right now, so that's not always a great time. But, my man, let's go. But, wild stuff going down here, so we're going to talk about it, but love to see you guys sharing that love, and why not? I mean, we are the Philadelphia Eagles. A little bit of drama is just how it goes down, but that's hilarious, real house deal. But look, we talked about changes needed to be made, and we talked about those players, obviously coming forward. Kevin Byard leading the way, talking about let's make our own scouting reports. They went to the coaches with their scouting reports to show them what they thought rather than just the coaches showing them. So we're going to see how that works, but then we get a curveball. So let's talk about all of it here and let's run through it. But appreciate each and every one of you taking the time here. And look, Jalen Hurts here, now questionable with that illness. Obviously, some very important news there. And look, I think we know who Jalen Hurts is. So he flew a separate plane there, because he doesn't want to get anybody else sick, but he's going to Seattle. That tells me something. And you know who this kid is. An extra day's rest. And look, he's still got over 24 hours here, about 27 here. So let's stay patient here. Stay calm. You know who our quarterback is. So I think he's going to come out here, do some things. And little birdie might have told me that he thinks this dude's definitely going out here and playing. So, I made a little post earlier. Hopefully you guys saw it, but maybe a little Jalen Hurts flu game. And, it's funny. Somebody had commented, like, I know he didn't have the flu. It was food poisoning, right? That's the story. But nobody calls it the flu poisoning 12s, I think is what China said there on Threads. I was saying last night. Yeah, nobody's calling it the flu or the stomach bug game. So hilarious to see that. But clearly, obviously, you guys want to talk about Sean Desai being demoted, but the big question is he still the defensive coordinator? And quick answer, we'll talk about it here in a second, but yeah, he still is, but he'll be in the box. Matt Patricia will be on the field calling in plays to the green dot. So now Matt Patricia is essentially taking on the role of the DC. So what the hell? So, let's jump right into this stuff. Nick Sirianni, well, let's talk about this. Jalen Hurts, first and foremost, I want to talk about this. QB1. Most importantly, I think he's playing. Just told you, I've been told that it looks like he's going to play. This dude, and look, being sick sucks. And obviously, he's going to get as much rest as he can on that plane ride. He's going to get there, do his thing. You know how this dude is built, though, so we're going to hope that he comes out swinging, but now listed as questionable, so they throw him on there. You got 3 guys already out. Now Hurts questionable, so we'll take a look at the updated depth chart with Hurts there. Obviously, Mariota, maybe Tanner McKee. Some people call him for both of them, so maybe you see one of them, but I'm hopeful that Jalen Hurts is that dude. Maybe Opeta starting. Could it be Steen? We shall see. It looks like it'll be Opeta all week. He is the one who practiced there. But Cunningham out, Shaq Leonard and Morrow going to have to hold it down. And will it be Ringo or Job there? A lot of question marks. Then I'll show you the special teams just because I'm so kind. Nobody out there, though. So there's your updated depth chart with Jalen Hurts now questionable. So wild. But I think if somebody has to step in, we could still get it done. But I think Jalen Hurts plays. But if you have any thoughts on that, you can let me know. But I know what you really want to talk about. Matt Patricia stepping up here and getting this new role. So, they've been talking all day about, is he the defensive coordinator, this, that, the other thing. I had mentioned earlier today, somebody asked, and nobody told me. It was not confirmed that he was the new coordinator, so I wasn't going to say that. And it has now been confirmed that he's not. So Sean Desai has not been fired. He is here as the defensive coordinator still, but the senior defensive assistant, Matt Patricia, is now calling the plays, and he's the guy on the field. He's essentially going to be the defensive coordinator. It's kind of hilarious, but you have Desai up there looking down on the field, seeing things, relaying those maybe to these guys. So taking a back seat here, and we talked about it, you needed some kind of change to happen. And a lot of people talked about firing people, this, that, the other thing. Didn't think they would fire anyone, but we talked about maybe you see people getting demoted and others promoted. And a lot of you wanted it for the offense, some for the defense as well, because obviously struggles on both. But look, right now, the defense is the one making the move here. So wild. But Desai still here, and you've got Patricia now calling the play. So this is going to be very interesting to see how this goes the rest of the season. But we needed a change. It's kind of like, okay, just throwing up a Hail Mary, hoping for something good to happen here. But you needed some kind of change here. And I know Matt Patricia has a great mind, and I know certain people feel a certain way about that. But look, for me, let's get it done. Whatever needs to happen. We know this team is championship caliber. So if this is the change that needed to happen, let's go. And Jalen Hurts, I think, if he comes in here, whoops some ass, I'm all about it. I saw the clip of him getting on the plane. Flew himself there. That's hilarious. Superman, the Terminator, as I call him. Nothing's going to stop him. So worries me more than Patricia taking over. Well, look, I wouldn't be worried about it. We got to do something, right? So it is what it is at this point. Maybe we see what happens. But we'll just right now, I'm like, whatever, dude. Something needed to happen. But the players really need to start executing as well. My man, Anton, appreciate you tuning in. But Jalen Hurts, I'm hopeful he plays, man. I really am. You don't ever want to have a guy like him out, the MVP of our team for sure. Slay decided to get surgery. Well, he needed to get it after, getting that knee pretty messed up. He was playing a couple weeks there with it jacked up. So unfortunate. Whack for feeling lied to. Nick was so confident. Yeah, right. He told us no changes are coming earlier this week. And then, well, the changes, they are here and they have happened. So, we're going to have a talking there, Mr. Sirianni. But look, this is definitely wild. And I'm glad they kind of kept it in the house because nobody really needs to know. I'm sure they knew what was going on, and they did. But here's the thing, these guys, they knew a change was needed. So let's just hope they have it under control. We know the media and people are going to freak out either way. This has just made it pure chaos today. And I'm glad that I had a lot going on because craziness abound, I'm sure. Calling plays until further notice. Right. So I think until further notice is what we'll say. But hey, look, I'm all about some change here. So if that's what needed to happen, hey, why not? Right. Let's figure it out. Matt Patricia, he's got a championship pedigree. I know certain people feel a certain way and people make the jokes about Slay, but even when he was brought in, Slay said, look, if he's here to help us win a championship, I'm good with it. And that dude's got a chance right now to do that. So, let's see what he does. And yeah, man, whatever we got to do, let's just believe that this team's got it figured out because hey, man, this was not a move I saw coming. But someone did tell me this the other day. And dude definitely threw me a curveball, and to see it happening, it's just wild. So big shout out to Mike Mack Attack or something like that on Thread saying that, but they had said about Slay being out as well. So pretty wild that actually came to fruition. And Matt Patricia is now interim DC with Sean Desai still here as DC. Dude, pretty wild. But needed to change indeed. So we're going to hope it's for the best and that they knew what was going on, what they needed to do here to make a change here. So again, I don't know. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for keeping me updated there. Ha ha. Love to see that. Cowboys suck. Hopefully the surgery gives Slay an extra step. Yeah. And what do we talk about? The Cowboys, things like that, that I think, for me, they have a tough schedule coming up. We had the tough schedule all year. We had the hardest schedule. They have one of the easier ones. Now we get a little bit of an easier schedule. This game's going to be a tough one. Don't overlook it, especially with all the stuff that's going on right now. But now let's see how they do. So game's not over. Game's far from over. But hey, I would love to see them lose. I would love to see the Cardinals beat the Niners. You saw the Cardinals beat the Cowboys earlier this season. So if Gannon goes out there and does us this favor, small step into lessening how hard of the sweet chin music he's going to get when I see him. But I agree with you. And, we need Slay for the playoffs. I know a lot of people trash can this, that. He's been playing well. You can feel whatever about him, correcting people that were saying he's playing like trash when he's been playing well. But we need him. So hopefully he gets well and we have him back on board here soon. Hopefully Josh Allen, my buddy's a big Bills fan. So, trying to root them on here. Definitely trying to enjoy my day by watching those teams lose. The Commanders keep putting up a fight there with the Rams, but I think they'll be able to, put them to sleep there. But Liz, I hope you're doing well. Appreciate you tuning in. Ask him, what the F is Matty's job? Pretty wild. Senior defensive assistant here, but still his job, I guess. But now play calling, he's like the defensive coordinator, and now Desai is like the assistant. I mean, literally, they just flip roles. And although I don't know that Patricia was up there in the box all the time, I don't know exactly. I wasn't really watching him all the time. So, dude. Hey, pretty wild. Just hate them, want them to lose. Yeah, that's how a great Sunday will go down. Lost the Jets. You never do. Not in the NFL. And I always talk about, look, being an Eagles fan this long enough, I've seen us be the team losing to those teams that shouldn't beat us. But I've seen us beat teams we shouldn't before when we were complete garbage. So you never lose hope here. But what a wild, wild day. I could not wait to come here and talk to you guys about it because I believe Jalen Hurts going to play him. My source, if he believes he's playing. And if the dude's making the trip and you know who he is, I'm feeling confident in it. And I went and had to pick up Marcus Mariota in my fantasy because I got rid of my backup quarterback near the end of the playoffs. And I told you I had traded Dak Prescott earlier this season. I knew he would make some kind of worth. And now I'm I was like, oh man, I better do something here just in case. So we're both going to be relying on Jalen Hurts. And I feel pretty confident in that. Earlier today, I was like, hey man, it's Jalen Hurts. So I wouldn't want to be in any other hands than his. So, and them legs, baby, he's going to be running for touchdowns, throwing for touchdowns, doing his damn thing. Let's go see that Jordan flu game that I was talking about. And, it's hilarious. I know you guys have been saying it the last couple of days because he got sick, but we need him to come out here and do his thing. And AJ, go out here, light it up. Devontae, Dallas, maybe a little Quez, Julio, maybe some OZ in there. Whatever you have to do, let's go out here swinging. And look, if Jalen Hurts is out, next man up. We'll just have to figure it out, and it'll be much more scary. But maybe we'll finally get that wish of running the damn ball. So I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, but I am going to get rolling out here. I will be back tomorrow for the pregame show, or anything crazy happens or we get some kind of news early, I will let you know or make a video if it's crazy, anything I can, whatever. But the pregame show, I will try to have that out around 7 o'clock tomorrow. So live tomorrow, 7 o'clock, pre-game show, talking about the Eagles, Seahawks, game inactives, all the things going down here that you need to know for this game. But, oh, Lord, let's go. I'm ready for the Eagles to come out here, whoop some ass, regardless of what's going down. We need this win. So, Rookie D, yeah, we were talking about that earlier this week. Maybe you caught top matchups where I mentioned it. If you didn't, go check that bad boy out. But Devon Witherspoon in there, Jalen Carter looking for big games. So, going to be a wild one, and love to see it, my man. I truly do. But some on this team play for each other and get back fun. Yeah, that's it. You got to do that. And we practice fundamentals this week. We talked about that kind of stuff. Let's do those things. And, the players making their own scouting reports that, you heard from Bradbury and some of these guys, how excited they were about the young guys. And you hear about Ringo and Sidney Brown, their scouting reports. Bayard was pumped about those guys. And, you hear just exciting things. And I talk about the future of this team. I still am very excited for the future. And you got to take care of right now, 1 week at a time, though. And if we want to win this damn Super Bowl, man, we got to get our stuff together right here. And with these changes, it shows that, hey, they're making a conscious effort to do things to make this, hopefully a better ride for us, right? And much better team for them. So I'm not as panicked as there was this. Yeah, it was. Look, the news was crazy. And I'm like, man, I wish I could make a video. Just wild times, the holiday season. All this stuff is but we got Jalen Hurts here. We're ready to fly. Let's go. I am pumped. I know you guys are. We got to believe that our QB, he's doing all he can, drinking whatever teas he needs to and ginger and whatever magical spells and stuff he can do to get better and whatever he's got to do. I don't care. But, he's going to try to play, and I believe he will. So let's stay confident there, and let's hope that Matt Patricia unlocks the talent that we have here. These players can start executing whatever the hell we're running here. So wild times. But, man, it's just been a lot of issues in places, and this is a small step in the right direction, we hope, right? I hope to see all of you here tomorrow for that pregame show, but maybe you missed this show. You're watching later. You were watching the game. You want to get your thoughts in. You can always comment down below. Maybe you're watching now and you want to continue talking about it. You can always comment on this bad boy when I am finished here. But I'm going to get rolling out here. Got some things to do. Then I'm going to catch some of the end of these games. But I appreciate each and every one of you. If you got anything from this video, I appreciate you hitting that like button, subscribing, all the things you guys do to support the channel. Thank you for that update. Going to go check all that stuff out. But I hope you all have an enjoyable rest of your Sunday. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope to see you for the start of the week for game day pregame show tomorrow. Eagles Seahawks, because, it's going to be a fun one. A lot of things to continue talking about here in the next 24 to 27 hours. And then, of course, the postgame show. So hope to talk to you throughout tomorrow. Again, if you have more on your mind, feel free to come back and comment. You need somebody to talk to. You can always reach out. Always there for you guys as you are for me. So cannot thank you enough. And yes, get it started. You guys know what I'm about to ask down below. But until next time, I am Jimmy Smith, and this is On the Road to Victory. You all have yourselves a great rest of your night. Stay safe out there. And as always, say it with me now. Go Birds!